Let's pray to the heavenly, unlimited and infinite God. Let's pray together, one for all and all for one. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as your infinite love and mercy permits it, and lead us not into temptation by leaving us at the mercy of psychopaths and sadistic entities. But deliver us from seen, unseen and human evils. God, please surround us with your unlimited goodness, love, and mercy. You have all the might, the power and judgment. The world movers and shakers, those privileged, but in reality, simple human beings, but worshipped, followed and listened to, just by indoctrinated, brainwashed, zombie-like illogical people. They also know that masses of people, the herds, can be easier manipulated if they are weakened by the different but very effective methods, stress, and famine. They can be applied separately and / or together, as FIS right phase of herd weakening techniques. Let's see an historical example of one of the methods, the famine, and how it tremendously affected people in vast scales. Multitudes of poor working souls and their families, their loved ones, small, big, young, old females and males. They tell us that it's studied, analyzed, and predicted. They try to sound very scientifical through their paid proxies, which is a way how they can grab some of the more analytical people's brains, too, into their giant-scale trap. Famine often has multiple causes: drought, pestilence, economies overdependent on agriculture, antiquated farming methods, geographic isolation, political repression, war. Here we have to analyze with our mind, logic, and native inherent intelligence, and let's focus on what can be changed by us being man-made. It is very obvious the last two, because political oppression goes hand in hand with war and vice versa. It is very clear that the military-industrial complex has only one purpose: to kill and destroy. For them to thrive is clear. The sale people have to create and keep perpetual wars and warish hotspots, for their devilish profits to keep rolling in, for them. For us, on the other hand, political elite psychopathic entities are installed and supported, entities who will continue the destruction, which easily can be applied to farming, and with that, there you go, famine. Elite entities, think tank institutes will never mention, talk or disclose the vast technological human achievements, discoveries stolen and kept secret from us, so we humanity cannot function on full potential that is so very vulnerable to famine's devastating effects. Do not think that what will affect and ravage us, the herd, will affect then. No, elites will not do something that will affect even in a minute scale them and their cohorts they created, and surround themselves with the best, the most advanced surviving technological advances that human brilliant minds developed during our Homo sapiens existence, and could be that they have accumulated survivor advanced technologies that is beyond human abilities and / or intelligence. Famine's other devastating effects are deeper human changes, as every species has learned to cope with food shortages. Millions of years of evolution have equipped human bodies with the ability to adapt to starvation. Increased thoughts about food encourage us to look harder to find something to eat. As time passes, the body begins to conserve its resources, lowering its heart rate and blood pressure, even as it cannibalizes its own muscle, fat, and internal organs for fuel. Deficiencies in vital nutrients cause skin to dry, lips to crack, and hair to fall out. The body's ability to adapt to this long-term food scarcity requires that some genes be switched on and others turned off. This process, known as epigenetics, involves the addition of small chemical tags known as methyl groups to the DNA double helix. The addition of methyl groups can switch a gene off, either by physically impeding gene transcription machinery or by burying the gene deep in the chromosome, where the transcription machinery can't find it. Whereas some epigenetic changes are temporary, others can be permanent, and even passed on to the next generation. Despite the physical and mental insults of starvation, some women can still become pregnant and carry a child to term, even during extreme famine. Survival during times of starvation requires a person to conserve as much energy as possible, and if the mother is facing profound food shortages, it was historically likely that the child would, too. By epigenetically changing which genes are turned on and off, a person could make their metabolism as efficient as possible and maximize his or her chances of survival when food is scarce. We become in time a genetically modified herd. Elites knowing this will distance themselves from us because we now are impure. We are changed so they can call us names, they can disparage us thinking that we are the miserable and / or the useless eaters. We are different, now. By us, humanity in general, allowing this to happen for generations, this societal cancer is metastatic on this earth, that at this point we really need a godly fast and highly intense action. Hope with our directed and amplified by our numbers fellow Christians, our prayers will pierce through heaven's door and will create some kind of sense of emergency over there. I'm saying this because we really have no choice, and don't get me wrong, it's just fine to be helped by God. I'm addressing this, that we don't have a choice, to people who have the mentality that I help myself and God will help me, too. For those people who are thinking along the lines and / or those along Wild West style of defending their homestead, I'd like to open your eyes in terms of what you have, and what money you spend on it. It is insignificant against uniformed zombies. If the jackals in uniforms come with their entire arsenal, it's no way that you can stand against them, defending your freedom. You will be outnumbered and overpowered. God Jesus Christ the Son did not want this at all. Allowing this is not the Christian lifestyle. Jesus wants us peaceful but not stupid, not ignorant and docile. God Jesus Christ does not want us brainwashed, indoctrinated, and manipulated, zombie-like industrial robots, slaves, who live just for work and paying taxes and fees. Let's pray. God Jesus Christ also very clearly directed us to completely ignore and stop reading, teaching, considering the writings and stories of the Old Testament. Only these Old Testament stories can support the religious mistakes committed because of lack of knowledge and or ignorance that results in a divide and conquer behavior which is detrimental to society. So let's all who want to follow Jesus Christ's Christian path stop having around us any distinctive symbols or painted cloth or certain songs that create this empty Christian schism. Let's pray to the heavenly, unlimited and infinite God. Let's pray together, one for all and all for one. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as your infinite love and mercy permits it, and leave and keep us not into temptation by leaving us at the mercy of psychopaths and sadistic entities. But deliver us from seen, unseen and human evils. God, please surround us with your unlimited goodness, love, and mercy. You have all the might, the power and judgment.